ask you that you've been somebody who's also spoken about anxiety very openly, and I battle that too. I want to ask you, Alia, right now, because you're just entering your new year, of course, with your birthday, what are some of the key steps that you're taking to sort of battle that and then, overcome it?
It's a daily work in progress. I mentioned this before, I mentioned it on the podcast as well, that I once a week do also have therapy, talk therapy that really helps me just clear my mind. On a daily basis, because of what ADHD and anxiety as well, I find myself in various moments where, my emotions are getting the better of me and they're kind of taking over perhaps the physical, the moment in that time. It's not like I'm somebody who's deep into meditation, or so I'm not being able to speak to any of those things. But sometimes just being aware of your own internal processes and your internal, I think, transitions, that these things might trigger you, this thing might make you feel a certain way. Just knowing that, acknowledging it to yourself, helps to get through a bad moment, or I wouldn't say a bad moment, a difficult moment, and of course support definitely helps, talking about it definitely helps, and taking time out. In fact, there is this book, I have to mention this over here, that there's this book that I'm reading right now to Raha called the Emotions book, okay, that really is very simply explaining to children what emotions are. When I read that book to her, it's actually like I'm also reading it to myself, because sometimes it's important to remind yourself of the different sort of highs and lows that a human can experience and how it's very normal for you to feel that way. So just a daily reminder sometimes also helps.
Hello, hi Alia, hi Ranveer. Himesh this side down.
Firstly, congratulations, सब लोग इसकी शादी हो गई है। बहुत congrats हो। honeymoon करके आ गया, खत्म हो गया सब। Back to work. Before you ask me a question, let me ask you, उल्टी खबर है कि तू धर्मा join कर रहा है? हाँ? Is it true?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? हाँ, spotlight पे आ गया ना? तब बोल।
Really?
Okay.
हाँ, congratulations. शादी कैसी थी?
Good. My question is, you have been shooting for Love and War. How has it been shooting for that? And we all have been waiting for Brahmastra 2 as well. Like what's happening on that front?
Love and War is something which is, I think, every actor is doing, to work with brilliant actors like Alia and Vicky, and to be directed under a master, Sanjay Bansali. I worked with him 17 years ago in English, and to work with him again, I can say this with so much of clarity that I haven't met a human being who works so hard, who understands characters, emotions, music, Indian culture, Indian value system as much as Sanjay Bansali. And just to be on his set, it is tiring, it is long, the process can be a little daunting, but eventually as artists, it is so satisfying, because I think he really nurtures art, and as actors, it's really been truly amazing so far. Brahmastra 2 is something that Ayan has been nurturing as a dream for a very long time. Brahmastra, the entire story of Brahmastra, as you guys know, he's currently working on War 2, and once the film releases, he's going to start the pre-production of Brahmastra 2. It's definitely happening. We haven't really announced much of it, but there will be some interesting announcements coming regarding Brahmastra 2.
Okay,